Times are changing. Car tester Matas Kura notes that also goes for the Geneva Motor Show. It has a new name, Geneva International Motor Show. Manufacturers from all around the world come here to show their latest innovations to industry insiders. Last year, 680,000 people attended the show. This year, big engines, powerful beasts are all the rage. Such as the Lexus LC500H. It unites great design with a new generation hybrid powertrain, a 3.5-liter V6 gasoline-powered engine, and a strong electric motor to deliver a 260 kilowatts, coupled with a new 4-speed automatic gearbox with 10 specific gear ratios, which provides better response in electric drive mode. BMW is showcasing its top model, the M760Li X-Drive luxury sports sedan, based on the long wheelbase 7 Series. It's powered by a brand new twin turbocharged 6.6-liter V12 gasoline-powered engine that puts out 448 kilowatts. Magna, known as a leading parts supplier, is presenting a car of its own, the Lykan Hypersport. This prototype goes from 0 to 100 in just 2.8 seconds. Top speed is 395 kilometers per hour. The Boxer engine is built by Ruf, the company that tunes Porsche motors. Our portfolio is comprehensive. We can offer everything from handmade super sports cars to mass-produced vehicles, from development to manufacture. Opel is paying tribute to past glories with its GT concept car. The challenge was to re-envision a 70s feel for the present day. The two round instruments are a clear tribute to the original GT design. Cameras and monitors replace side door mirrors. Opel hasn't said if the new GT will go into production. Opel is celebrating not only the revival of its legendary sports car, but also the success of its Astra model. It has won this year's prestigious European Car of the Year award. Porsche is showing off two new sports cars here in Geneva, the 911R with a 386 kilowatt 4-liter aspirated Boxer engine. The production run is limited to exactly 911 units. With race car features, it will be a delight to drive on curvy roads. 20 years after the Boxster's debut, Porsche is premiering its mid-engine 718 Boxster S, boasting a brand new 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder Boxer engine with a 257 kilowatt output. The top spot power-wise here in Geneva doubtlessly goes to the Bugatti Chiron. Its 16-cylinder, 8-liter engine delivers 1,100 kilowatts, and it is fast, 420 kilometers an hour, and even then, its speed is electronically capped. The price is also top of the range. In Germany, it costs about 2.9 million euros. Nissan's IDS concept car, how it envisions the future of private transportation. It has an electric motor, no carbon footprint, an autonomous drive mode, and a range of 550 kilometers. Nissan aims to roll out a version of its popular Qashqai model with some self-driving technology as soon as next year. We want to make autonomous and semi-autonomous driving affordable. The car you see behind me will have partially autonomous capabilities next year, features no driver would have dreamed of 2 or 3 years ago. Toyota's CHR has debuted here in Geneva. The 5-door compact crossover SUV, sporting a new generation hybrid motor, is designed to appeal to the younger motorist. Alongside the Yaris and Aygo, it is the 8th car to embody Toyota's new global architecture. Sales are set to start this summer in parts of Europe. VW is offering something similar with its T-Cross Breeze concept car, a convertible SUV based on the Polo. We think compact SUVs like the model you see in the background will play a major role in future. They are economical but still have all the attributes that customers today want: a raised driving position and the emotional feel of an SUV. The open-top T-Cross Breeze has an unusually wide radiator grille and unusually narrow headlights. It weighs just 1,250 kilograms and goes from 0 to 100 in 10.3 seconds. Top speed is 188 kilometers an hour. The Ateca is Seat's first SUV. The nose exemplifies the latest design trends. 3 gas and 2 diesel engines are available, ranging in power from 85 to 140 kilowatts. It will be available in front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive versions. Launch date is late summer. Another world premiere is Škoda's concept Vision S. It demonstrates technological innovation Škoda is focusing on: electromobility, connectivity, and safety. It is big with 3 rows of seats and is 4 meters 70 long. There is a monitor for each seat. Each door has a device that recharges smartphones inductively and displays their content on the car's monitors. Decorative elements are a tribute to the art of crystal glass design in the Czech Republic, where the brand is based. Audi has added the Q2 to its Q family. It is a small crossover and stands out among Audis with its unusually angular look. It is pretty aerodynamic for a compact SUV with a CW value of 0.3. The tidy, simple, well-crafted interior is typical Audi. The Q2 is set to appeal to a younger, big city crowd who appreciate compact dimensions when it comes to parking. The back seats are a bit cramped, but it is not really designed for that, so there has been a lot to see yet again in Geneva. Lots of SUVs, of course. Everybody wants one. Everybody is making them. And lots of electric and alternative powertrains, with autonomous driving also trending. But Geneva has always been a showcase for enchanting exteriors and a place to dream about owning all these cars.
Gerne vor den schönen Karosserien steht und einfach nur davon träumt, all diese Autos in der Garage stehen zu haben.
Our car tester Emanuel Schaefer says that competition in the compact segment is fierce, with many models to choose from. That's why this week he's giving the Opel Adam a closer look. It's got a stylish design, setting it apart from the competition. This plastic strip runs around the entire car, protecting the fenders against damage. Now, let's have a look inside.
Ist das auch gut gegen Parkrempler? Gucken wir mal, wie es innen aussieht. Ja, also der ist schon ziemlich schick von innen, auch hier mit dem.
It's pretty stylish on the inside as well, he says. The high-gloss piano black finish adds a nice touch, and the centerpiece of the steering wheel looks right. It is a good size. In many cars, it isn't.
Das ist okay, da kann ich mit leben. Ja, das Radio.
The radio has very few buttons. It's controlled via touchscreen, but that's all right. So our tester decides to take the car for a spin. And off it goes. The car is a crossover version of the Opel Adam City Car series. The exterior protective cladding lends it a robust look. It comes with a 6-speed manual transmission. Our tester likes the compact's sporty feel. This model has a 1-liter petrol engine with an output of 85 kilowatts or 115 horsepower. Quite a lot for a car this size. You can feel this power when accelerating, he says. The Adam Rocks is available in two versions, one with an output of 66 kilowatts, and this one with 85 kilowatts. The 1-liter engine uses 5.1 liters per 100 kilometers. Its fuel tank is small, with a capacity for just 35 liters of premium petrol. In Germany, this compact crossover will set you back 18,430 euros. It has decent handling and suspension. It takes curves well, and the suspension isolates occupants from most road bumps. That's satisfactory.
Lediglich ganz kurze Stöße, die kommen relativ direkt durch. Aber na gut, da kann man mit leben.
Like many vehicles of its kind, the Opel Adam Rocks has bad visibility. The sight through the rear window is obstructed by the wide C-pillar, our car tester notes.
Und nimmt sehr viel von meinem Sichtfeld ein. Naja.
The compact can be customized in many ways. Buyers can select different kinds of roof and body paint. The vehicle boasts a widely developed 3-cylinder turbocharged engine. Unlike many of its kind, this is a low vibration engine.
Schauen wir uns mal den Platz
Our car tester takes a look at the rear.
Ui.
This little piece here is made entirely out of plastic and feels pretty flimsy.
Ja. Okay, der Einstieg ist jetzt nicht der
Getting into the back isn't very comfortable, he says. There's very little space on the back bench, enough only for children. So if the person in front is larger than 1.60 meters, sitting in the back will feel cramped. But this isn't a family car anyway, says Emmanuel.
Kein bequemes Sitzen mehr angesagt. Aber naja, im Grunde holt man sich so ein Auto auch nicht, wenn man eine große Familie hat.
The Opel Adam might be a good choice for a second car, but does it provide enough storage space for the weekend shopping? A compact size usually means little storage capacity, says Emmanuel. So he wants to see how many crates will fit inside. He finds them to fit easily, but they leave little extra space. One might need to make adjustments.
Relativ problemlos, aber das ist mir doch ein bisschen wenig. Vielleicht gehen die auch andersrum rein. Na, das geht wohl nur.
Our car tester says he'll have to remove the cover. This increases the storage space opening, and the crates now fit in fairly well, leaving a bit of room for the weekend shopping.
Wunderbar, gleich viel besser. Da geht noch mehr Einkauf rein.
Overall, our car tester is satisfied with the Opel Adam, both with its exterior and interior. And the 1-liter engine is quite powerful despite its 1-liter capacity, so you won't be clogging country roads or motorways. All in all, Emmanuel can recommend this ride. Car tester Michelle Assenmacher realizes that views can differ vastly on the ideal city car. For some, it may be a compact car, for others a mini SUV. Nissan's Pulsar strikes the balance between practicality and versatility. Nissan launched the Pulsar in 2015. It's specially designed for the European market, and it's built in Barcelona. Starting at 18,000 euros in Germany, the Pulsar is priced to appeal mainly to young car buyers. We tested a Pulsar with a gasoline-powered engine at the upper end of the range. Its 140 kilowatts can push it from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.7 seconds. The top-of-the-range Techna variant commands a minimum price of almost 27,000 euros in Germany. The Tecna includes, for example, LED headlights as standard. The Pulsar's 2.7-meter wheelbase is the longest of any car in the compact segment. That adds up to lots of space inside. The high rear spoiler and the hint of an underbody give the design a cutting-edge look, top to bottom. Folding the rear seat down adds another 1,000 liters to the 385-liter cargo space, giving the Pulsar lots of room for luggage. If only it had a level floor in the transporter configuration, but it doesn't. Michelle takes the compact out on the town to test it in everyday traffic situations. She notes that the color ought to be an attention getter, and for city driving, a start-stop system is indispensable. The start-stop helps the driver save fuel. It automatically shuts down the engine after it's idle for a certain time, helping cut down on noise pollution into the bargain. The one thing Michelle doesn't like about the interior is the center console. To her, it looks as if someone had plunked a huge block down here instead of integrating it smoothly into the dashboard. Otherwise, the interior is very high quality, with leather trim on the steering wheel and seats as part of the Tecna package. The model we tested was a 6-speed stick shift, but other engines come in optional automatic versions as well. And the spaciousness of the back seat can set an example. The Pulsar's technological features are no less impressive. The 360-degree display is a big help when backing into a parking space. With every corner in full view, the driver can avoid many a scratch and ding in tight spots. The driver can access more assists via a second display between the speedometer and tachometer, among them a lane departure warning, blind spot warning, and emergency brake assist. The blind spot warning helps the driver stay on top of things, especially on the highway. Once they've got the hang of it, beginners and road veterans both can benefit from it. These safety features are part of the overall Tecna line, but the lower-priced equipment levels still deliver a comprehensive city car. On longer trips, too, the nimble Pulsar offers plenty of scope for adventure. Michelle sees the big advantage of the Pulsar in its spaciousness. Of course, it's easier to find a parking spot in a small car, but the Pulsar is also a viable alternative for hobbyists with lots of equipment to haul around, such as her saddle.
Aber ich tausche jetzt 4 Räder gegen 4 Hufe.
Among the classic and vintage cars, the VW Bus has far more cult value than design or horsepower appeal. As a cult car, it leaves any Ferrari or Lamborghini in the dust. And nowadays, the coveted Samba models, the first generation, the ones with skylights, can fetch 6-figure sums. The story began in 1946 with this makeshift factory parts mover. It inspired the Dutch VW importer Ben Pon to make a sketch of a transporter based on the Beetle Pan, and the VW Bus was born. But it had to wait till late 1949 to go into production. Around 12 years later, the 1/millionth first-generation VW Bus rolled off the assembly line and kept on rolling virtually unchanged till 1967. Johanna Nieder is a devotee of the first generation, called the T1. Her version is one of the legendary Sambas. Accelerating through its 4 gears, the 1.5-liter 44-horsepower engine can push the van up to a maximum speed of 110 kilometers per hour. In 1967, VW shipped this bus to England. Now, after decades of daily use, the white and blue Samba is due for a thorough restoration. Johanna and her partner have brought the bus to Germany. She explains that to her, it's not just a car, it's a whole lifestyle. When you drive it, you don't think about your job, but about going swimming or having ice cream. That's why it's a cult car.
This
1962 Samba is another re-import from the United States. In addition to small roof windows, the Samba has a cloth sunroof. In a sense, it was a precursor of today's people carriers. But Samba was never the model's official designation. In the 1950s and 60s, a steering wheel, gearshift lever, speedometer, and some buttons was all the driver needed. A clock was a luxury. Driving a VW bus is an object lesson in taking life easy. Any compact can pass it, and then outrun it. Johanna admits that it can't be mistaken for a sports car. But that's not what people look for in the bus. It's for puttering and bouncing around. It's fun to drive, but very different from most cars. Not only in Germany was the VW bus a hit, in no time it was puttering around the jungles of India and the highlands of Tibet. The VW Transporter became a workhorse of the world. And the Americans fell in love with it, just as they did with the Beetle. For decades, the VW bus was a cheap transporter for all trades and purposes. Now, collectors have discovered the first generation, and especially the Samba. And the first counterfeit Sambas have been appearing on the market. Buyer beware, and be thorough. Johanna knows just where to look, the M plate, right behind the front seat. If the number there starts with 24, it's an original Samba bus. If not, it's a forgery. Samba buses also have double floor panels. If both panels are still there, it's very probably an original. The engineering is from the Beetle, tried and tested in millions of units. The air-cooled 4-cylinder boxer engine keeps going and going, even with little or poor maintenance. And most parts are readily available. The days of the $100 hippie vans carrying young rebels off to India in search of the meaning of life have faded into history. In recent years, prices for the first-generation T1s, and above all the Sambas, have soared. A positive result is that many old Sambas are being lovingly restored. A Samba bus in excellent original condition can run as much as 100,000 euros. Even ones needing lots of work can bring in well over 20,000 euros. Johanna sees a wave of retro hype with all vintage cars right now. So of course, since the VW bus has so much character, it gets carried right along on that wave. The Samba was something like the top of the line. There aren't many left. The body around the skylights was prone to rust. That also plays into the hype. Today's Samba owners can count themselves among the lucky few.